Thank you everyone for tuning into Norstead Point, presented by NerdJamTV.com. If you want more of this juicy D&D juice, check out our Ad Proficiency podcast on Spotify, catch Eddie tomorrow on Apex Legends in the early afternoon, or Curse of Strahd with Matthew at 6:30 on Tuesday nights. With that, let's get into our game. We had a doozy of a last session, lots and lots of story information thrown at you guys, so we got quite a bit of recap. The session began with the group recovering and settling in for the evening after meeting Ehrgeiz. Bruce spent his evening praying to Ilmater before turning in. The next day, the group convened in the flooded cave after convincing the townspeople to remain in Norstead Point. Bruce and Victor discussed the possibility of grafting limbs and wings using scavenged monster parts, and Victor realizes it may be possible. At this time, Victor makes an amateur attempt to channel the merfolk's orb magic into a poison, triggering powerful wild magic surges. The uncontrolled magic powerfully affected reality in 6 ways. Firstly, 6294, Dr. Mutari is thrown into the past, into a reality in which, 8616, everyone around him is discovered to be clones. Additionally, 6732, Dr. Mutari suffers no damage from magic for 8 days. 8156, all of Dr. Mutari's armor becomes clear like glass. 5341, Dr. Mutari develops heatless bioluminescence in the soles of his feet. And 2421, Dr. Mutari spells no longer work on Ashta, and that means no healing. In this reality, Bruce and Buttercup are dealing with the same situation, and the three rouse themselves to discover that Lady Meridia and the Pale Invaders have finished learning how to extend their influence beyond the ice. Lady Meridia attempts to enchant the slumbering humans and merfolk into the seawater, but the party forces the others awake, causing the attempt to fail. Having foiled the spell, everyone settles again. The next morning, they successfully convince the townsfolk to remain in town as before, then head to Shepherd Mountain to speak with the Great Avian, who answers many important questions. They inform the entity of their contact with Ehrgeiz. Though the party is suspicious of the creature, the Great Avian assures them that their true enemies are beneath the water. She warns the party that Dr. Victor has kept secrets from them. She admits to having stolen and kept Moakawali, the crab elemental. When questioned about the difficulty of Victor's oath, the Great Avian vaguely responded that failure to fulfill the oath meant a continued relationship, which was also beneficial. She admits to spying on the party, though Bruce observes there seem to be gaps in her knowledge. Lastly, the Great Avian tells the party that she never goes to Norstead Point, and that what occurred there is Meridia's doing. The party leaves the Great Avian and the Crystal Tree behind and use their climbing gear to ascend Norstead Point. It goes very smoothly, and Buttercup finds an aged silver locket belonging to someone named Alex. After catching their breath at the top, Victor explores the captain's cabin, learning from his scribblings that the men affected by the sickness gradually became aware of singing and a consciousness in the water beneath the spire. He also learns that the crew was isolating sick crewmates in the bilge at the base of the ship. Bruce, having broken into the bilge at the base of the ship, discovers merfolk rune etchings, and he reads them with comprehend languages. Given that the runes were carved into the wood of the ship, it seemed that a ritual of some kind had taken place here. There are 2 sets of runes. One is an offering of the gift of speech, and the other is an offering of the gift of flesh. These 2 components were housed within something called the vessel, a byproduct of the ritual. The circles indicated a summoning ritual had been intended to establish contact with a powerful entity of some kind, which you all determined to be Ehrgeiz. Beyond the furthest door, an amalgamation of flesh, notably with a beautiful voice, was found suspended in the air, unconscious. It stirred when Bruce touched it to cast Identify, but has only attempted to flee. Bruce learns that in addition to the ship, there is a secondary enchantment within the vessel's flesh specifically to keep the Great Avian at bay. He also learns that it has no real intelligence and is a purely reactive creature. The session ended with Bruce singing Moakawali's sleep spell to subdue the vessel, utterly exhausting him but allowing him to bind it with rope. Which is where we are now. So, currently, the vessel is tied up. It is whimpering on the floor. Bruce has just subdued this creature, But Bruce, you are exhausted until the next long rest.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I say we put it out of its misery.
It doesn't seem to be trying to hurt us.
No, it doesn't, but at the same time, what if each of those bodies that have created that vessel is still conscious and all of them are like riding with whatever creature, I guess, possessed them?
What do you think, Doc?
So Victor is really keen on wanting to study this thing, but he knows it's just made of all of these crew members just like magically fused. So he kind of wants to know what he you see him academically studying the creature and all the runes, trying to work out how this was done. More than anything, he's just really quiet, thinking about what's going on. He kind of looks at it and is like, I don't believe we should destroy this thing. I believe
it seems pretty chill. I don't think it's trying to hurt us.
It won't hurt us.
No, it won't hurt us at all. But it's more terrified of anything and everything. That has to be a horrible existence.
Should we leave it alone? Just, I can repair the side of the ship we entered through, and we can leave this here for now. We've made our way up here. We can more easily make our climb next time.
We can always kill it later, and God knows we can.
That's true. Did you finish going through the bottom of the ship, or is there anywhere else we need to go?
I believe we explored all of the ship, all the bottom floor of the ship, the bilge, and I went all upstairs and everything. Hunter, we did explore everything on the ship, right?
Yes, you had explored everything there was to explore on this ship.
And we didn't find any more of these runes on the floor, have we? Like in any of the other sections of the bilge farther up?
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Good question. Anybody want to help him?
Sure.
I will.
Go ahead and roll it at advantage.
Sweet. Yes. Oh, it doesn't. This one. Let me 1 second. Let me go into my Victor character sheet. I noticed Cesarthic doesn't have any of his.
Wow. Holy shit. Okay.
Nice.
I think the way we used to do this with helping. Okay,
Ooh,
that works too.
okay.
Is that a nat 20? No. Okay.
No,
So you're fine. All right, you guys are going to find one more, but it's hidden underneath a lot of this like fungus material,
Okay.
which kind of fades away. Sorry, give me 1 second. And it is right here. Underneath much of this fungus, which recedes as you put light on it.
Towards the very back, right?
Yeah, in the room underneath where that thing was hovering, but buried underneath a lot of this fungus. There we go. Sorry.
Awesome.
Okay, you guys can see that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What is can you translate the last one, Bruce?
Can Bruce?
Yeah.
Bruce can.
I would love to.
It's all the way down here.
From what you can tell, this binds two places to one another, and they both seem to be referred to as altars.
Hmm.
You're not terribly sure what that means, Bruce, but you relay it back to everyone.
Okay.
I wonder if this is also one of the things that is binding. I am not going to pronounce that crab thing's name right, but Mwakwali?
Yes, that is correct. Well done.
I did it.
Good job.
I believe these markings are to bring the creature air guys into our world.
But it's mentioning that it's keeping two areas in place.
Yeah, what if it's what if these use these bring this creature from another dimension to our world in the deeps?
But Airgeist is in the deeps.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't belong in our world.
He doesn't at all. I agree with that. But I'm also wondering if that's what's keeping the giant bird where it's at and subduing Crab Dude.
Yeah, that bird wanted us to kill this thing. I'm pretty convinced.
Well, it's gonna die. I don't like him.
It knows we're trigger happy. It sent us here on purpose.
We will leave this for now. Let's just go with what Victor said, and first off, unbind its legs so it can like gallop around in here, I guess, and board up the side of the vessel because we can make it back up here if we need to.
It needs exercise, you're right. It's gotta burn calories.
I hope
Right.
it eats fungus.
All right.
So what are we doing exactly?
I believe
Untying
we're
its legs.
gonna cut the thing loose and leave it here.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and then board up the side so that way it can't get out.
You're going to board up the side?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
and then come back to it later.
So you cut the thing loose, and it's going to like go off like whimpering, in its feminine voice, and it sort of just runs away to the opposite side of the ship and sort of isolates itself in a dark room on the other side.
Okay.
And as you are stepping out the door, you are going to hear a very hefty like outside the ship.
Okay.
Huh.
That immediately makes Buttercup draw her bow and just kind of like have it with a arrow notched into it, like just kind of at her side.
Bruce does this.
Okay.
Puts up his dukes.
All right. So, taking a peek outside of the ship, you are able to see very clearly a gargantuan bird perched beside the ship.
Look who it is.
Maybe it's a different bird and just looks exactly like the other bird. Maybe it's a good bird.
Maybe it's Daddy.
Daddy.
Just saying, too.
Okay. So, as this bird, as you sort of step out, the bird sort of like peers its head down at you and like kind of looks at you with its eye, and it says, "Oh, there you are. I'm pleased to see you're in good health. What did you find in there, if you don't mind my asking?"
As soon as Buttercup sees who it is, she puts up her bow and arrow because at first she didn't know what it was, and looks up at him and she or looks at the bird and just kind of sighs and shakes her head and she's like, I don't know how to describe it other than a horror.
A horror? Please do elaborate.
I don't know, Buttercup. Maybe we shouldn't tell this bird anything.
I would wager you found something of no small significance within, no?
Why don't you go in there and find out, bird?
It's gonna roll insight against you
Should
to see.
Should I roll deception?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Yeah, go ahead and roll deception to see if like. Actually, I don't know. It's what would you roll against this? Because you're not trying to trick it, but it's gauging you. Tell you what, let me just roll. We'll see what's what.
Okay.
Nope. With a natural 1, it cannot tell if you learned anything or not. Good
Excellent.
lord.
Are we able to tell
Well. Hmm.
that? Are we able to discern that? Can we tell that like nothing registers with the bird?
Double
Probably
insight.
not.
Well, let me respond. So having gotten its natural 1, it sort of like cocks its like head at you, Bruce, and it says, "Well, that's a pity. I'd always figured there was a certain something about this boat. But if there's nothing of any great significance within, that's rather disappointing, I must say."
And Buttercup looks up at it and up at the bird and she's like, there's this, it's like black fungus, I guess. I don't know what it is, but it recedes whenever the light that we had in there with us shines on it. Does that mean anything? Like, I don't know what it is.
What happened here was the work of that pesky merfolk girl.
You're
It's of
talking
no
about
surprise to me that
Lady
the deep
Meridia?
depths. Yes, that one. It doesn't surprise me that her ilk can scarcely face the light, as deep in the dark as they are.
But is she a merfolk? She has a big old, like, snail thing, and she's kind of ugly.
Yes, well, she used to be. Perhaps not so much anymore.
Buttercup looks up at the bird. Can I ask if you would take a wager at what her weakness is based off of what we know about her? We know that she can sing, but she has like a shell. The rest of her is kind of exposed, but it's also kind of like
It's
armor
difficult
too.
to say. I had hoped there would be something within that there ship. But if you're not able to find anything at all, then I'm afraid we've reached a dead end.
I did find a super shiny locket for somebody named, what was it? She pulls a locket out and she like turns it over. She's like, I think his name was Alex?
Just cocks a head at you. Doesn't seem terribly interested in that.
Hey, bird. You're pretty smart, right?
I know what I know.
So if things don't work out with my weird fish girlfriend, what about Lady Meridia? Do you think that's possible?
Oh?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Can I roll insight?
Go ahead and roll insight. In fact, I could help you with that if you like.
Whoa. Insight check of the century. 14.
It doesn't seem like she's lying.
No,
For a price, of course.
Buttercup is like trying to control her giggles right now.
Well, if there's nothing within this ship, then I suppose my trip was wasted.
strange that you had come out of your roost.
I was quite eager.
It's because she has babies and she needs to feed them. Stop it.
Oh well. I'll be off then.
Hey, Bird, before you go, you're pretty smart,
Mhm.
right?
I know what I know.
Can I walk up to the bird and touch its leg?
No. It's not going to let you. It's
How,
not going to let you make physical contact with it.
how does it indicate that?
Once you get close enough, I'm going to need you to make a strength save.
Ooh, okay.
Buttercup just tries to find a way to like climb up to see it better, so that way she can actually like not
Here,
be
let me
behind
let me
something.
go ahead. That's okay. That's okay. It was a valiant attempt.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and move you guys over here. All right. Wait. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Putting you on the ship. Everybody can see
All
that?
right. Yes.
Okay. So, Bruce, once you get close enough, in a similar manner as when you threw that stone at the bird before, or was it a coin? It might have been a coin.
It was like a gold piece.
Yeah, I think it was a gold piece when you threw that coin. As you get close enough, you're going to feel a force sort of like and push you and hold you back.
Okay.
It just seems to, it's not visible, but there does seem to be like a force that is exerted on you,
Okay.
like a hard wind almost.
Hey, Bird, what do you want us to do?
I want you to exterminate all the merfolk.
Okay, we'll get right on that.
Okay. I'll
Buttercup
be
looks. Buttercup looks between Bruce and Victor, with the question in her eye, like should they say anything about the fleshy thing on the inside?
This is your last chance. It's about to fly off.
Mm-mm.
So
You see kind of like I shake my head slightly
Plus,
as you look at him. Just
I don't think we should tell that bird anything.
nah.
She just nods and she's all like, if we find anything of interest that we think might benefit all parties, and that it is imperative that you know, we will let you know.
roll me a deception check.
I'll help with that.
Go ahead and help her with that.
Because I'm
All right. Let's see what
kind
happens.
of good at those.
What are you saying to help her with this?
I'm honestly just staying quiet, not even like just
You're
looking
not saying
back.
anything.
I'm not saying I don't need to say anything. I'm just if she doesn't talk about the thing,
Okay.
just
Okay. Okay. That's fine.
Don't say, yeah.
All
no,
right.
Giving away nothing.
Very well. I appreciate you doing your duty diligently. And with that, it's going to take off.
I can imagine the wind made Buttercup fall on her butt. She's just like, ah!
Hey guys, what if we just give that orb to that fish guy, and we just kill the fuck out of that bird?
I kind of want to go after Meridia because she keeps fucking with the people, trying to get them to go from the ice into the depths.
Let's fuck her
Including-
up too. Let's fuck them all up.
You have the cloaks that I've given you, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna change into Abraxas so I have a climb speed and pretty much like.
I am adding dark vision to these cloaks, by the way.
Okay. Cool.
Does it extend the dark vision I already have?
No, it's redundant on both you and Cesarthic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to cast levitate on both of them and kind of drag them over to the edge of the cliff and then just cancel it so that they slowly fall down and then climb my way back down myself.
Oh my god.
Help me comprehend what is happening here.
So I levitate both of them so they're both floating in the air. I basically slap these devices on their backs so they just like kind of start hovering off the ground. Then I grab both of their legs and walk over to the edge of Norstead. And then I like pull them over to the side and they're just kind of hovering there, and then I turn off the devices and they just slowly start to float to the ground.
Okay. So you're not dropping them all the way to the water. You're just moving
down
them
to the rocks below, basically, so that we can get down to our boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hang on. Let me look at levitate real quick. It says the range is 60 feet. How long does it last on a target?
Well, here's the thing. It also says
Concentration up to 10 minutes. Okay.
it says at the end, and that's the important part, if they float down safely from wherever they are. That's why I put them over the edge of Norstead and then turned them off so that they float down to the grounds safely.
Okay. Okay.
Technical
And
wording in these spells.
And you're just going to climb down?
Yeah, I'm gonna climb speed my way down. I mean, since they float safely downward, they just, yeah.
I'm trying to decide how easy I want to make this descent. That's okay. That's okay.
I mean,
So you make your way
done it
down.
the other way and cheesed it, but I didn't.
So you make your way down.
Yes.
Reach the bottom. Bruce and Buttercup, you are sort of lifted off the boat, I guess, and like you descend 250 feet gently to the ground.
Nice.
And you are all going to make your way back within the ice to Finnegan's bucket.
At this point in time, she is smacking Victor's arm like back and forth. How dare you do that? I almost peed.
Yeah, I'm sure that was unsettling. I'm glad those devices work. That's the first time I've used them.
She huffs and stomps off as soon as she's inside. She just huffs and leaves them both behind.
That's Victor's attempt at humor.
Okay. So welcome in, everybody. What would y'all like to do?
I want to go
As you
to
come back.
Old Man Marcus.
Ooh, give him the look in.
Marcus.
Ooh, okay.
Buttercup is, checking on the villagers, seeing how they're doing, and she sees that they have plenty of fish around, so food's fine. But
They've been
she's
busy
checking
with
on their yeah. So she's just making sure everybody's okay. But she makes her way over to Marcus.
Okay.
Are y'all coming too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she goes over there and she's like, hi, Marcus, and sits down next to him. And she's like, how are you doing?
I've been better, lass. But I'm making my way. I'm still alive. After all these years.
Which is remarkable considering how high Norstead Point is. But I have something for you.
Oh?
She pulls out the locket and passes it to him, hoping he would recognize whose it was.
So you sort of like hand him the locket and he kind of stares at it for a moment and then like exhales sharply and he goes, "Oh, gods above. I know that locket. It belonged to none other than young Alex, the lad who leapt from the Anne. I can scarcely believe I'm holding it in my hands all these years later. So you did it then? You went to the top?
We did.
What did you find aboard that Nightmare? I imagine the boys are long gone, may the three grant them rest."
They are gone, in a way. But we found a lot of black fungus and a lot of emptiness. But
Gone away?
mm,
Roll me a deception check for that one. Not too hard to trick old man Marcus, poor guy. Okay. Eddie, roll deception after you say something in the future, just so we don't know what the roll is
Okay.
before.
Gotcha. Okay.
No sweat.
Well, I realized I just. Oh, I mean, I felt it was because I had just said something. That's why I was like, oh.
Have you said anything to old man Marcus yet?
I was
might
the
have
one
missed
that said in a way.
Oh, you were the one that said it in a way.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
yeah.
sorry. I thought that was her. Okay,
She
yeah,
repeated
sure.
it
That makes
after me.
sense. That makes sense then. Okay, so not too hard, you guys. You guys trick old man Marcus, and he doesn't know any better. Black fungus, you say? Well, that's very odd, but I suppose the ship would be going rotted by now.
actually, you have some parts that are, kind of rotten, but you have some parts that are actually very sturdy. That was a very well built vessel.
Aye, she was. Well, she used to be. Thank you for giving me this.
I thought it would bring you
I-
comfort.
Well, I suppose. And he kind of stares at it. But thank you. I'm glad you gave it to me.
Hey, Marcus.
Yes, Bruce.
So one time, you were sleeping and I smoked your pipe and I feel kind of bad about it. And I just wanted to get that off my chest and come clean and let you know
What did you say?
you were asleep. I smoked your pipe. It was a moment of pride.
Mr. Fontana.
I'm not proud of it, okay? I'm coming clean. I smoked your pipe.
Mr. Fontana, I do believe you'd asked before, and I told you no.
I know.
This is quite the trespass.
Yeah, I get it. It's a big deal. I know. I'm just letting you know I feel bad about it.
I believe Mr. Fantana viewed it as a forbidden fruit of sorts. If you understand the temptation.
Hey, Marcus, here's one gold
Well.
piece. Just buy yourself something pretty.
Okay, he takes,
Buttercup snorts it to her hand.
he takes the money, but he says, like, given that you've given me this, I'll let this offense slide. Thank you kindly for this, lass.
I mean, we also saved your life like 5 times, bud. But that's okay.
Shut up, Bruce.
Okay, fine.
Laugh.
Gives you like an
Rolls her
old
eye.
man eye, you know,
Fine.
overgrown eyebrows,
You're right.
glare at you. Okay.
out of his one good eye.
his one half blind eye.
Yeah, just
Okay.
And yeah, that's all
Done.
she's going to do. She's going to pat him on the shoulder very gently, and then leave him to his thoughts.
Okay.
Victor's gonna go check everybody out, make sure no one's got any injuries or anything like that before going off to do his own thing and experiment with some of the other parts that he's accrued over time.
Okay. What parts do you have right now? Out of
I
curiosity.
still have those electrical part electricity producing organs from that one creature we fought, the large lizard.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
cool.
keep working on that to try and make my shocking grasp. I won't
Okay.
get it. I won't get it for a
But-
couple levels, but
Buttercup, what were you doing?
She let Marcus be and left him alone, but then she went over to where the group of hunters were, and then I think Jocelyn's a hunter, right?
Mhm.
And she's going to be like, "Hey, gentlemen, how are you doing?
Mm.
I know how to fletch my own arrows. Do you know how to make weighted arrows that can travel easily through water?"
Easily through water?
Yes, sir.
They sort of think to themselves and they say, not more so than any regular arrow already does. I suppose with that much resistance, you would need a stronger bow, but it would be harder to pull, wouldn't it?
I think so. And she's all like, "How about we all sit around and discuss this?"
Would a
because I have
crossbow
some-
function underwater?
I don't know.
Like it's purely
probably similar to
mechanical,
spear
right?
gun would. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can use a spear gun underwater.
That might be a good thing to ask Victor about. See about crafting a crossbow or something like that, or like a harpoon
Okay.
gun of sorts.
I could do that.
I believe you have like a +1 bow too.
Yeah,
I already have a crossbow, right? That you gave me, that we
have a
swapped
crossbow?
for. You got the
well, I
glaive.
think I gave you a hand crossbow.
Ah, cool. There you go. Okay, cool. So yeah, if you want to tweak that for underwater use, you can get started.
Yeah, that's what she's gonna
Bruce,
start doing.
what would you like to do, sir?
Can Bruce Santana use his Tinkerer's tools to make brass knuckles? Or
Yeah,
nun- or
that
nun-
should be pretty
or nunchucks.
simple.
Nunchucks or brass knuckles?
Roll me a quick investigation check. Well, let me think. What material are you using for this? Are you gonna go back out to the
Are there any metal
to-
ships?
metal what? I'm sorry?
Ships? Or are they all wood?
I would think that the only damn, I don't know if there's anything that would be metal in this cave. Do you have anything metal on your person?
Anyone have any length of chain?
No.
Actually, you know what? What am I saying? You're using Tinker's tools. You have scrap metal. Go ahead and just roll me a tinkering tools check.
Right.
So for you, that's going to be like intelligence plus proficiency.
Roll Tinker's tools, you say? No.
I just blanked for a second, but like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you get like supplies with it. 10.
Yeah, no, you do actually. You get.
This is pretty simple. You're just trying to make metal, like knuckles.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say you produce like a regular, like D4, like some cheap iron knuckles.
Okay.
But since you're a monk, it counts as a monk weapon.
Okay.
Nice.
So, are you trying to do anything in particular, or just have those knuckles?
Just like look cool. Do I need to do girl performance or just like I just see Bruce like with a hammer, like hot coals and like metal, and he's just ching, ching, and then like dinks these things in water, and steam rises up, and he just like puts on these like smoking brass knuckles or copper knuckles or golden knuckles or whatever the fuck they are, and he just like flexes, and there's like a glint of like a ray of sunlight like bounces off one of the knuckles, and he just like like sea breeze and,
The
and
one
like salt
beam
water.
of light coming through the cave entrance
Yes, yeah, all of that,
lands right on Bruce in that moment.
just like that.
Wow.
In the
Yeah,
distance,
that's-
you hear an
that's
eagle,
glorious.
eagle
was-
call out.
Oh,
Can I
yeah,
get- can I get the eagle?
absolutely, dude.
Can I get the eagle? Yes. Yeah, that's Bruce
Oh my
Santana.
god.
And then
Bruce.
time well spent. Yeah, that's all he's doing.
So
Okay.
Buttercup spends the night talking with the hunters, like looking at her bow and her arrows, and talking about what would be the best best way to store and have the best access for hand crossbow bolts.
Hmm.
And then she's gonna ask Victor if there's a possibility he can make her another one as a backup, just in case.
Okay. Come to think of it, I don't think it's night right now. You
It's
guys
not.
like woke up and yeah, it's like midday right now. So
Yeah.
are y'all wanting to take like a long rest for like crafting and stuff right here?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. Cool. So you take your long rest for the day today. Or right now, I mean. Okay. So that being done, what would you like to do?
Bruce isn't exhausted anymore.
Yay.
That's true.
Um.
Ooh. Actually, that would have meant that Bruce's check would have been a disadvantage. Can you roll me another d20?
Oh,
No.
Ah. This one's gonna be so much better than the last one. This is gonna be.
You know
it's gonna be
what?
So
You know what?
Oh no! Inspiration.
what I'll do?
Inspiration.
For the because I like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep that. Bruce, you made your knuckles, and I'm
Okay.
gonna give you disadvantage at another check down the road.
No. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Thanks.
Uh-oh.
So you get your knuckles,
Thanks.
and you don't have to sweat the disadvantage on that crafting check.
I appreciate
Uh
that.
oh.
Okay. So, what would y'all like to do?
Buttercup looks up between the both of them, and she's like, "Hey, Bruce, can we go talk to Asha and see if she knows what Meridia's weak spot is, what her weak point is?" And then I say we go hunting.
Okay, but don't mention that question I asked that bird, please. That'd be pretty awkward.
She laughs out loud at that, and she's like,
Good.
"You have," she's like, "You have made no attempt to hide that you want to make babies with her, but okay."
Yeah, Buttercup, you be a good wing, okay? I really need that from you right now.
When am I a bad one?
Yeah,
And
you're
she
not
gets
wrong.
up and walks off.
You're not wrong.
I guess we go to Asha.
Okay. Cool. Let's pop over.
Oh, do I need to make any sort of roll about when they were taking the long rest of me crafting hand crossbow bolts?
Hmm. Let me think. What are your tool proficiencies, Buttercup?
I think poisoner's kit, healer's kit, and tinkerer's tools, because I also have
You have Tinkerer's tools.
We all
okay.
tinker.
God damn. Okay. Go ahead and make
Oh,
me a
hold on,
Tinkerer's
that's
tools check
enough.
for that.
Make some brass knuckles.
I think that's her background. You also have Poisoner's Kit proficiency,
Nice.
Yeah.
Doesn't
she
it
does
Poison,
have that.
poison brass knuckles.
right?
Poison breast.
Do it.
Okay,
Poison
let me
arrows.
see. What do I roll for that again? Is it background?
It's going to be intelligence plus
Proficiency.
proficiency. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
I do want to talk to Wyola and Ashta about the vessel.
Core skills are 1d20, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. I'm kind of just setting y'all all up right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Excellent.
You're plus.
Okay. Well, you know, you
I've
you do-
tried.
you get started. You put some thought into it, and you try a couple designs, but nothing you try seems to be better than what you've already got going on with that hand crossbow. But you make some progress. You think with time you could get it.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so meeting up with the two girls. They're pleased to see you. They like to know what's going on. What have you seen out there?
Buttercup leaves that for Bruce, and she goes over and checks on Wyola's wounds to make sure that they're healing properly, and hopefully she won't have to have her bandages and stuff checked on as often.
At this point, she's healing up pretty quickly.
Awesome. So that's when Buttercup starts gently taking off some of the excessive bandages.
Yeah, she'll have scars, but she'll be okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and when we climbed to the top of Norstead, we encountered a creature within the depths of the ship above there.
Oh.
I showed them. I had made drawings of the first two circles. I forgot to say that I would have liked to have made the third one, the last one.
Mm.
So I showed them the drawings of the other two of the circles that we have so far.
Okay.
Since I only have the two, I guess.
Neither of them really know any more than what you guys know.
Yeah.
But they tell you that like the creation of like runes and these sorts of things was like a really uncommon thing.
Okay.
Like only very skilled, basically merfolk artisans were able to like capture song in runic writing.
Buttercup looks between the both of them. She can't understand what they're saying, right?
No, but for the sake of brevity, we're having Bruce relay everything, so you guys can speak freely.
So she looks up between the two girls, and she's like, "There was a flesh creature that was a byproduct of something that we strongly think was something that Meridia caused."
A flesh creature? And they kind of look at each other.
It seemed to be an amalgamation of all of the former crew of the ship.
Oh, how awful.
I don't know, it wasn't so bad. It had a good attitude.
We were never trained in such things.
From what
but
Bruce said
again, this is why she was exiled.
Yeah, she's pretty weird, right? I bet she was like goth.
Buttercup sighs, and she was all like, from what Bruce was able to translate of the runes, it was speaking of an exchange of voice and flesh for air
specifically
guides.
Speech.
Specifically speech, yeah. For air guides to get where he is with her down in the depths below.
Okay. And the two of them hearing this are going to say, "That's awful. That's awful. The sorts of things that she does is far beyond our knowledge and our understanding. She should have died a long time ago, unless she was petrified herself, or kept alive by some other means.
It might be some other means. She has a giant shell look about her now.
The two of them sort of like, they sort of look at each other. And Wyola says, "Last night, when I was dreaming, I saw her. She didn't look the way we look. She's changed. I'm afraid she's a monster now. Not literally a monster."
You mean like
Buttercup nods and agrees. She's like, I agree with y'all.
when you say she's a monster, you mean she's really ugly? Because I don't know. I mean, I'm
She's changed.
not trying to make anyone jealous or anything, Ashta.
Buttercup giggles.
She like shakes her head. She says, "She means she's changed. I saw it too. Things are different now."
Buttercup just deadpans at and what is her weakness that we all can focus on to?
We don't know. We don't know what this change means, or how it's possible, or
I
what
think
she's
she-
become.
I think she had to give up a part of herself, a large part of herself, for whatever she did on that boat to happen. To conjure whatever it is that she wanted to conjure, which was, I'm guessing, this air guy's dude. I don't think he's supposed to be here.
Another strange thing is that the runes were carved on the inside of the boat, as though someone had done it. Either a person or someone with legs must have done it. I
Well,
wonder.
It's hard to say.
I begin to wonder.
It's hard for our kind to get anywhere without water.
I do wonder if perhaps she had a human ally or a human accomplice.
Marcus. It was fucking Marcus.
It's possible. Roll me an insight check.
Okay.
Victor. Actually, roll me an insight check, everyone.
Okay.
Let's see if anyone's able to catch this.
Womp womp.
Buttercup gets it.
Hey.
Okay. So, Buttercup, it occurs to you that in the captain's scribblings that Victor had informed you about and kind of showed you, or I assume he took it. I don't quite recall, but he had informed you about it. They described singing taking place, and when Beatrice was singing, it basically summoned the marrow.
Okay.
So it's possible marrow were used.
Okay. In the bilge, that would make sense. Yeah, there
Yeah.
would be water in the bilge. So,
Hey, Ashta. If I wanted to find this Meridia lady, if I wanted to talk to her, how would I go about doing that?
Well, that's difficult. The stairs to Moakowali descend into the dark, but it becomes very difficult to see once you're down that deep. And it can be dangerous for your kind as well, unless your bodies are able to withstand the sorts of pressure of the deep water.
I've made some modifications that will allow the others to do so, and I should be able to travel in one of my other forms.
Modifications?
I show them the cloaks that I made, or I show them.
You'd already administered the mutagens to
Yeah.
both Bruce and Buttercup. So Bruce and Buttercup, it takes an action, but you're able to assume essentially aquatic forms whenever you like,
And it only
so
takes
long
an
as you're
action.
like attuned to this mutagen.
Nice.
It only takes an action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Buttercup goes ahead and does that just so they can see.
So as you do this, Buttercup, these like slits on your neck suddenly like sort of like slide open, and your fingers sort of just like this like space between kind of just grows out into this thin webbing. You find yourself very hungry, as it takes a lot of calories to do that.
She looks over at the guys. I need food.
What do Astra and Viola seem to think of that?
They are they are in shock. They say, wow, I'm trying to like imagine like what it would be like to witness this. They sort of like cover their mouths, kind of looking, and they say like, does it work?
Buttercup just dives in the water between them and just starts swimming around underneath the water.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you guys are gonna have like a Disney moment where they're gonna like swim with you, kind of like delighted. And you say, this
Yeah,
is
and
wonderful.
Buttercup is just having the time of her life, but also showing them that it was work.
And they turn to you, Victor, and they say, this is amazing. How is this possible? What
Science.
magic is this?
Oh, science rules all.
Science.
She splashes Victor with water. She's all like, they don't understand science. Maybe you should be a teacher and explain it.
They don't know what science is.
Magic is
They've
simply
never needed
science that doesn't have an explanation yet.
She just sighs at that.
So they're delighted at this, and Ashta's going to turn to you and say, Bruce, what about you? Does this work for you as well?
Yeah. We can like go swimming sometime. You know, just me and you.
I think I would like
Buttercup like shoves her head under the water to keep from laughing.
Asta, would you say you would like that or love that?
Yes. I would.
So,
I would.
like, are
I
we
think it would be
here?
very nice.
Are we here? Let's figure this out real quick. Like or love?
She places
You've
her
known.
hand on
Okay,
the
so you've
apple.
known her for like a few days.
Long enough.
She places a hand on both Viola and Astra, and she's like, I am sorry that
Trauma bonding is a thing.
that Bruce is being Bruce, but I hope you find some joy and humor in it.
And she says, I do like you, Bruce. But I've only known you for a few days. That being said, I would love to go swimming sometime.
Love? Okay.
Okay.
All right. This is awkward now.
Anyways, what would y'all like to
I've
do
gone so
from this
easy
point
on you.
forward?
I want to go to Meridia. I'm gonna try to find Meridia.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
that's
go.
right. Y'all wanted to ask them about Meridia, like what her weaknesses were.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So they tell you or that was the gist of the conversation earlier, but essentially the gist of that was that they don't know what her weaknesses are per se, because she is now a drastically different
Creature.
entity than she used to be.
Yeah.
She doesn't even she resembles a merfolk, but she looks very, very different. She's like humanoid instead of human.
I want to go try to talk to her. Do you guys want to?
To
Or
Meridia?
Yeah,
do,
let's-
do you have
let's
something
go.
else in mind? If you guys
Let's
have,
just-
if you guys have a different plan, I'm totally down.
Okay, all right. So this was an important detail that they were trying to convey. It's not just a matter of seeing in the dark, but it's a matter of like traversing the dark, because you can't see far, and you're basically moving around in pitch black.
Ah,
So it will be difficult to find Meridia if you're that far underwater
hmm.
without something like stumbling upon you first.
Glowstones?
I have, I mean, glowstones. I also, apparently, I have light from my feet. It's like the bottoms of my feet. I kind of lift up one of my feet, and the bottom, like light, just kind of shines out the bottom of one of my feet.
Roll me an insight check.
It's probably gonna be
And
a
as like the lights at the bottom of your feet light up, Victor, it has like that glowstone like effect. It just sort of lights up the bottom.
yeah.
He says, "A beacon like that would be dangerous to have that far underwater. It would draw attention to you."
Buttercup looks between them. She's like, I can see quite a distance in pitch black. Dr. Mutare helped with my vision, so I can see in the dark. Would that be something that would work?
You
That-
could attempt it, but it would be dangerous to traverse the deep dark underwater. The kind of things that are down there are things like Ergais,
Right.
like
Yeah.
big bads.
Should we give the orb to Erguys?
That would be what they tell you is like, we don't know what Ergais would do. And we do know that our people are within this orb. And Ashtasor looks at Wyola and she says, I, for one, am reluctant. And Wyola says, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea either. We don't know what they would do. And this artifact is very powerful.
So it seems like Fish Lady is evil, Ergeist is evil, the fucking bird's evil. Is Mawakawali good? You're a priestess of Mawakawali, right? Do you think he's chill?
And they say, that we do know. Mawakawali is like a child.
We do
So-
know that
Go
the
on.
bird, the avian, seems to have possession of Moako Ali. I believe he is within the mountain that he resides on.
And the bird did mention difficulty in controlling an elemental, much like Mawakwali.
And they nod and they say, when we first called Mawakawali to us, it took an entire order of timeless daughters like us who were trained specifically in the purpose of singing and keeping it asleep, to call and to coax and to calm. And they say they had mentioned before that for her to do this by herself would have required a tremendous amount of power. Or for the bird to do it by itself would require a tremendous amount of power.
Okay.
Buttercup kind of stores that away and then brings up what the captain had scribbled down and the connections she kind of made about the singing with Beatrice and then mentioning the singing on the boat after it had crashed there. But how they all mentioned that and it's all the same song that Meridia has sounded.
And they say, the song that they sing it's like ours, but it's different. It's faintly familiar, but it's been altered in ways we're not familiar with. It summons the marrow, as do our songs. But what the marrow's capable of or what its intentions are, we cannot say. Not without understanding how the song was put together.
That makes sense. I feel sorry for the Marrows. I think they're being used as pawns.
And she says, I wouldn't worry about it too much. The Marrow are there to assist us, but they don't suffer or feel the way that we do.
Hmm.
They're essentially automatons.
Yeah.
She huffs and she looks between them. Does that just mean I'm a huge softie?
Perhaps. But that's not the worst thing.
She sighs.
So what do you think we
Explaining
guys
her,
should do?
Bruce and Buttercup, could I get insight checks from y'all?
Sure. That's a crit.
Nice.
Ooh, okay, so Bruce. It occurs to you that based on what the Timeless Daughters are telling you, it would be very difficult to sort of meander around in the abyss until you're able to find wherever Meridia and all the Pale Invaders are without them finding you first. That would be a very dangerous path. However, it occurs to you that you had used your comprehend languages earlier at the top of Norstead Point when you were looking at the altars, or rather the runes that bound two quote-unquote altars, whatever they were. It bound two different places to one another. If there were some way to use that somehow.
Do you know anything of an altar? Perhaps the one below in Norstoid.
Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, you would only use comprehend languages to read it.
Yeah. Or what if we're looking for the so the runes mentioned binding two altars together. Do you know of where we found you? Was that one of the altars for your people?
She says, yes, it used to be. Not anymore, given the completely destroyed state that it was in. And they say, altars are places of power. That was where the four of us would sing to Moakwali. Back when it was in the water.
Yeah.
What if we
Beyond that,
What if
Would there be another
could-
altar?
where would be another altar?
Yeah, would there be another altar?
It seems likely, given that there seems to be an altar bound to the one at the top of Norstead Point.
So it sounds like we need to go back to we should go back to Norstead Point to try and I guess that is an altar, and we use that to figure out a path to the deeps.
What do y'all feel about that?
Sure.
That's one place we have to look. And then she looks kind of sheepishly down, and she looks up at Victor and Bruce. She goes, or we can go to where the orb was. They had a table with 4 very beautiful chairs. What if that was an altar?
Could be.
Did you guys...
What? Did we what? DM?
I don't think you ever did. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
The Mer ladies are going to ask, what altar are you talking about?
Well,
Very, very quietly, Buttercup looks between them, and she's all like, all of us stumbled on, we think, what is your city? the orb was powering the lights on, I guess. But it was like a room of meeting or something. There was these chairs, and the necklace that I had matched one of the colors on the chair.
And they sort of think for a moment. They say, it sounds important, but the only altar we know of is the one that we were at. We didn't have any need for more than one.
I wonder if it was more of a discussion room.
Council chamber of sorts.
Yeah.
So wait, the merfolk didn't live there, but somebody did, and they used the souls of the merfolk to run their city.
Well, that's just creepy.
And the mer ladies sort of shake their head and they say, no, this orb was always used to run the city, but it didn't always have all of these souls within it.
Fuck.
We don't know how all these souls got within this orb.
Well, that might be a good place for us to take a quick 5. How do you guys feel about that?
I'd be okay with that.
I'm down for that. I need
Little cliffhanger. All right. Thank you so much, digital_XC, for tuning in. If you're not already following us, please follow us, and we'll see you here in 5.
right, welcome everyone back to Norstead Point, our game about a fish, a crab, a bird, and a handful of mermaids. We were just deciding what to do next. You guys were trying to determine how to find Meridia. It had occurred to Bruce that there were two altars that bound two places, but you guys don't know where the second place is. The merfolk don't know where any other altar would be because they were in the only altar that Alumea had. And they were also telling you that they didn't know why there were so many souls inside the orb, but that the orb was essentially supercharged because of it.
And that's where we left off, right?
That's where you left off, yeah.
Buttercup looks between both of the gentlemen, and she kind of nods her head a bit, and then starts talking. Did we ever tell them what happened whenever we found the orb with the Pale Invaders and everything? I'm not quite sure if we went over what happened there, because everything else happened very quickly.
Yeah, I think I remember Bruce went in to the cave when you guys were bringing the Pale Invaders to meet with the Merladies. Spent 10 minutes casting his ritual, and then basically just took him outside, right?
That's pretty much what happened, yeah.
I think that's what happened, yeah. Okay. So yes, they don't know about what happened, what you guys actually found at the bottom of the ship graveyard.
Well, did Digital XC gift us 3 subs? Holy shit. Thank you so much, dude. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Digital XC.
Oh my god.
XC.
Thanks for showing us so much love. Sorry.
Dude, thank you. Yes.
Proceed.
No, by all means. What would y'all like to do?
First and foremost, Buttercup wants to let them know what had happened whenever they had found, like, whatever room it was, decision-making room.
Okay. So it was there that you guys have learned. Sorry?
Yeah, let's talk about the interaction with the Pale Invaders that happened.
The Pale Invaders?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get them caught up to speed. And what the Pale Invaders had essentially told y'all was that Lady Meridia had used the orb to mass petrify all the merfolk and essentially like store them inside the orb like a battery. But then, for reasons unknown, she lost access to the orb, and they have been looking for it for a very long time.
So maybe we should just
So, yeah, they don't... Sorry, go on.
Should we just give the orb to the Pale Invaders and give it to Meridia?
We still don't know what she would do with the orb.
I don't think that would be a good idea, considering she is the reason why the mass populace of the merfolk were petrified because of her bad choices.
True. They're all kind of assholes, aren't they? I don't
Just
really...
Meridia that I know of, other than, well, Meridia and Eargeist.
I don't know.
And the bird.
Zeitgeist kind of pissed me off.
At this point, all of the powers that be seem to be, what was your word? Assholes.
Corrupted.
It's our word.
Oh, powers that be.
It's our word, Doc. Okay, so are there any places we haven't gone to yet?
First off, what did the girls think about the info that we gave them?
They were shocked. You basically just filled them in on like the gaps of their knowledge.
Yeah.
But again, like they don't know how Meridia does what she does, essentially. Because Meridia is using completely different kinds of magic than what they're used to.
She's the evil sorceress. She's Ursula. That's what it is.
She's Ursula.
I'm just saying.
Somebody gave up a voice.
We may need to destroy this vessel aboard the ship to cut off her powers with this Ehrgeist creature.
I think that bird really wanted us to kill that thing, though. Like, he.
I really
agree.
want to kill that thing because I think, in all honesty, that it will take away some of Meridia's power and might take care of Ear Guys at the same time. He's not supposed to be here.
The
I-
bird
But she
doesn't know
did.
that you found anything significant.
Yeah.
And the bird's going to continue to not know that they found anything of significance.
I also want to do something about this bird creature. We need to destroy it as well. It has caused so much calamity. It really, the bird seems to be the source of everything at this point.
I think equal parts of the fault lie with Meridia and the bird. I wonder if they were working hand in hand. And now they're worried about being backstabbed by one another.
And the Pale Invaders did tell you that Meridia was opposed to the bird, as did Air Guys.
Excuse me. That's true.
And the bird was there first. Okay.
Let's go take care of the vessel. Those poor souls
Yeah, fuck
need
it.
to be put at rest.
Let's do it.
Okay.
As loath as I am to do the bird's bidding, I agree.
I think it's time that we see what happens whenever one of the things that she created is destroyed and how that affects her ability and power to do anything.
Okay, so you return to the Anne.
We've already established a path, so I don't have to play the game again.
Can we take the orb with us?
Do you guys want to? Yeah, you want to take
I-
the orb with you?
Orb coming with Buttercup will have it on her back.
Yeah, I think it needs to stay with us instead of the super weak fish ladies.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. There you go, Victor. Okay,
Alright.
so you guys make your way back up here. You're able to find the vessel inside, sort of hiding in a back room. Is there anything in particular you'd like to do?
I believe last session I had told you I was preparing some vials of oil. I didn't roll for a quantity. If you would like me to roll that.
Just regular oil?
Well, I was basically like trying to make alchemist fire.
Oh, you were trying to make alchemist fire. Yeah, you'll need
Yeah.
to roll for that.
Okay.
But you said you did this last session, and when
I
was
met-
that?
I believe the long rest basically we took.
I remember us talking about alchemist fire.
Yeah, I remember mentioning I wanted to make some, but I don't think I got the chance to roll for it.
I thought you did make it though.
Oh, I might have. I think you're right. That's what.
I-
Okay.
I think you did make it.
Yeah.
I don't know how
have
much
no
you
clue.
made.
How much would you? What would you like me to? Do you want me to go ahead and just make another? And
Roll me a d3.
roll D3. Okay.
Mhm.
Nice.
Wow. Wow. All right, there you go. Some chunks of
Alright.
alchemist fire for you.
All right.
Maximum amount. Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and usher everybody out, and honestly, just get to set the bottom of the vessel on fire, the bilge, and alchemist fire. How do you ping on the in Roll20 again? I'm sorry, I forget.
How do you ping?
Do that little, you know how you make it do the little mark thing.
Oh, you just click and hold.
So I want to do one here. One here.
Okay, so you're basically just burning this half of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn the ship. Yeah.
Before he starts doing that, Buttercup like rests a hand on his arm, and she's all like, "I know you deal in poisons," and she's like, "I mean, I have some too."
Look-
Would you want me to shoot an arrow so that way the poison also helps speed its death?
Yes, you should definitely do that, but we should destroy this entire vessel. and
I
be
agree with destroying the entire vessel, but I don't want the creature to suffer more than it should.
done. Yes, Digital XC, that is not. No, it
Okay.
is a likeness of Rambo.
So what's funny is there's a Rambo cartoon, and
What?
I'm going to cut a little clip of Rambo getting ready, and I'm gonna throw it in as Bruce
Oh my god.
as just a random visual.
Amazing.
Oh, man.
Okay. So help me figure this out. It was here. Where else?
And I'm gonna go ahead and set that chamber. I toss one into the chamber as well.
Doug,
Okay,
do we
so
have
you-
to kill the vessel? Are you sure? Somewhere in there is Alex. Little Alex.
Alex jumped to his death, so, just so you know.
Oh, well, is it,
Himself on the rocks below. That's the one we encountered.
Okay.
all of his friends are in there?
Roll me an attack roll,
And
Okay.
suffering.
Victor.
Sure.
Do you want me to roll for
You're
shooting an
able
arrow?
to see it clearly enough. Like it's pretty large. It's just
Would
kinda
you like
cool.
me to roll because she wants to shoot just one poison arrow at it so it sinks in the flesh and it doesn't suffer as long?
Okay. Wow.
So should I do that?
Yeah, go ahead if you want to shoot it.
Just gonna hunter's market and shoot.
All right.
Digital. I'm mostly play like paladins and fighters, but so
Okay.
playing this artificer has been fun. Yeah, right. Can you put
Two.
that up on the screen? That
Go
giant.
ahead and roll your
Hey Hunter, can you bring up the vessel one more time for
oh yeah.
our
Sure. Wanna see
audience?
what the vessel looks like. There you go.
This is what we know as the vessel.
You're able to
That's
see
what
that?
we were asking too, digital.
Like what the fuck?
Hold on.
Okay.
Do you need me to
So-
roll anything else or nah?
That's
Sure.
a
Roll
did you
your-
roll your Gloomstalker thing?
Gloomstalker, backstab.
Nope.
Okay, that'll
Hunter's
hit
Mark.
you. 1d4 fire damage. 2. Okay, alright. So with all this damage, the vessel is going to sort of shriek and burn.
No.
And as it does, this thing is going to come screeching out of this room, and it's going to try and just run away and run past you guys here before it finally just collapses and starts kind of twitching on the ground. And then as it's dying, it suddenly implodes, and all of it sort of shrieks to a little point, extinguishing the fire, and all this flesh is just gonna sort of burn up into a tiny little speck. And then all that remains from that is a small, just sort of sitting on the ground where it was left.
What
And
is
it
it?
sort of flickers like flame. A small blue miasma. At
Okay.
the same time that this happens, you all hear a tremendous crash coming from the back room where you had originally found it.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to investigate that. Let's just burn this entire thing down.
Get in here.
Also, Victor, you might want to get the blue stuff. I don't know what that is, but you're welcome.
Can I safely try and gather some of that without touching it?
Oh no, we lost Hunter.
Oh,
Hunter! Hunter, come back.
No.
He can't hear me. Well, let's. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, guys, had a spectrum surge for a moment.
It's all good.
Yeah. Spectrum.
I just think it's funny now on the Twitch stream. It has Eddie and Hunter's box.
Yeah, these
Matt
things
and
happen.
Eddie's box.
These things happen.
People
Oh my
all
gosh.
change places.
Where's your can? You got a
Okay.
can?
There we go.
There
Sorry
we
about that,
go. There we go. Easy breezy.
Okay. My back in. My back in.
You've hacked
There we
in.
go. Yeah.
Okay, so this thing screeches, runs out of the room on fire, darts around a little bit, and then shudders and dies. Implodes to like a meaty point, which just like disappears. But in its place is like this light blue, cool to the touch miasma. And it sort of sits there flickering like fire. It's kind of weightless. Here, I'll show you what it looks like.
Can I gather it in any way? I would like to somehow contain it.
So when you try to like reach for this thing, it's completely weightless. So
Okay.
you sort of have to just like air claw around it, and you find you're able to pick it up. And it just
Okay.
sort of like you're able to hold it, but it doesn't have any kind of texture. It's just like this little blue flame in your hand, and it sort of flickers.
Hey, Doc. Do you
You hear like a murmuring from it.
do you think the vessel hurt when it was dying? Do you think it felt anything? It was pretty painless, right? As it was burning alive.
I don't
Yes,
believe.
yes, it was.
Probably
It's
just
rolling a
fine.
check.
It's prob-
Sorry, I'm not the
It was
GM.
completely
It's
painless.
probably
Now we need to get out of the
fine,
burning
right?
boats.
Yeah, let's get out of the boat.
Okay.
Buttercup
I'm taking
also
this
asks
miasma.
Victor if he
I
has
will-
an empty jar, because if not, she's going to pass it to him.
Bruce
So
Bruce
he
is
can
I
shut
have
the blue
jars. Yeah.
Bruce is gonna go investigate the crash.
Okay. So as this part of the boat gradually burns, which I will have to just figure out later, Bruce goes to investigate the crash. Now, Bruce, what you find down here at the base of the ship is that above the ruined altar, there is now inside this room. It is completely filled with water. But the water, which sort of fills the room all the way to the top, stops outside of the runic circle near the door. So there's just like a wall of water in front of you.
Can I punch?
It's icy cold to the touch.
Can I punch the runic circle and try to like splinter the wood and just chop it up?
We may.
Sure.
This may be our gateway. This may be our path to Meridia.
Oh,
Okay, so you crush like the wood below and break the circle.
Maybe not. I don't know anymore.
Is that what you're
Um,
describing?
Yeah, that's I've
Okay.
already said it. It might have been.
All right.
Might have been a bad
as
idea.
As you crush the wood on the ground and you sort
Oh.
of break the circle, the water is going to shoot forward, blasting you into Victor, and the two of you are actually going to go flying back and take a good deal of bludgeoning damage. Buttercup, make me. Well, actually, no. You were still catching up, Buttercup.
Yeah, she was
'Cause
hanging
I
back.
saw you moving your character, yeah.
I,
So Victor and Bruce are going to go flying, taking
1 damage? What are the odds?
13 bludgeoning damage
It's a lot.
as
Ouch.
water fills this room, blasting you and pushing you back into this circle where it then stops outside of this circle.
Okay. Whoops.
And Buttercup, you sort of watch in shock as the two guys fly backwards and are just ejected against the wall beside you, and this wall of water now fills this whole room.
she
On
looked
top of that,
over.
there seems to be a good deal of pressure. Sorry, what was that, Buttercup? I think
She looked at
Spectrum's failing.
Bruce and was like, "Why did you do that? Like, what was that for?"
it's a lot of witchcraft going on, and I'm tired of witchcraft. And if it takes
Well, you
me,
gotta deal with it.
if it takes me beating up a boat in the witchcraft, like that water should not be doing weird stuff over here. So I just took it out completely.
Buttercup
Just sigh.
just sighs, and so she walks up to the water and very gingerly, like, puts her hand out and just gently goes to see what happens if she were to put her hand and push gently on it.
Roll me an investigation check at advantage. Because you were doing exactly what you would need to do to determine this.
Ooh. Good roll.
I'll take that 20. Okay. Alright, so Buttercup, you notice touching this water that it is highly pressurized water. It would be extremely dangerous to step into as a regular person.
Fish person.
Buttercup turns and looks at Bruce and Victor, and she's like, there's a ton of pressure behind here. It's not safe for a human to interact with the water more than I am right now. But if we were to shift into our swimmer forms, I think it might be a gateway of sorts.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I'll go ahead and shift into this Arctic then.
I
Okay.
get my gills going.
Alright, so shifting
Buttercup
into
does the
your
same.
aquatic forms, you will be able to traverse this water. And inside this water, oh shit, sorry about that. Inside this water, you are able to see that where the runes for the altar once were is now a whirlpool.
All right.
Let's swim into it.
Let's whirlpool.
All right, everyone's just jumping right in.
Fuck yeah.
Buttercup is going last
all
because
right.
she has the orb.
Okay. So Bruce just I guess Bruce just dives in, as does Dr. Victor. And
Well,
they
not-
disappear from view. Yeah, I suppose this is the sort of thing. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Humongous. Alright. So the two of them jump in after another and disappear from view, Buttercup.
She goes after them once they're through.
Okay. You hop on into the whirlpool.
Okay.
She's playing it safe because she has the orb, so
Emerging from a pool of blood. All three of you.
Gross.
You all emerge from a pool of blood in the wall. There are more runes in the vicinity.
There's also a thing.
Looking across the room, sitting motionless, is a large thing.
Cool
This
thing.
room is full of water, but this blood sort of runs like collectively just throughout.
That looks
as
like
if
an
it's
Eldrazi.
denser.
It does look like Eldrazi.
And that circle around just peers at each of you, and it sort of flickers between you.
Buttercup goes
large
ahead and pulls out her hand crossbow and has it ready, just in case.
Okay. You'll be firing it at disadvantage. You're underwater at the moment.
Okay. It's just at the ready in case she needs it.
All right, you guys are proceeding into the room.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna mosey on up.
Are we underwater right now?
You are underwater right now. This is
But-
like a 30 by 30 room right now.
But this blood is just seeming to just stay in that thing on the floor. That's crazy. Okay.
That's why I was saying like it was running like collectively along like the ground. Does that make sense? You are underwater and there is still a river of blood.
Yeah. No, no, it
Okay.
makes sense.
So, Cesarthic,
Yeah.
you go this way,
Okay.
and behind you, Buttercup and Bruce are proceeding straight down the hall. And once they get here,
Hmm.
wordlessly, this bright blue eye is going to fire off 2 flashes of light. And they are brilliant blue flashes. I'm gonna
Okay.
need everyone to roll me initiative.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
And I can't find my freaking music. That bums me
Dun 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 dun
out.
dun. That's Final Fantasy music, guys. No. Oh no. Wait, there he is. Okay.
Where's it? Sorry, momentary pause while I figure my shit out.
You are good.
Where is all my music disappearing to? There it is. God. Okay, perfect. All right, let's go ahead and get this started. Everyone already rolled me initiative?
Yeah.
Buttercup, what was yours? 25. Okay, perfect.
Wait, don't you, I mean, not that it matters with her crit, but she has
6
an
and a 9.
advantage.
All right, I am going to need both Buttercup and Bruce. Buttercup, I need you to make me a
Yes.
DC 16 strength save. Bruce, I need you to make me a DC 16 dex save.
Okay.
What?
Okay, so
As
I
these
just
2
rolled-
flashes of light just toward each of you. Wow.
Wow.
do I roll it with my proficiency bonus?
If you're proficient in strength saves,
It has a check mark where
So
it says
probably
save.
yes.
yeah,
Okay.
you must have been Ranger 1.
Yeah.
So, Bruce, as you're sort of walking down this hallway without warning, this silent thing that's floating there just like fires this like burst of light, and you sort of reflexively like whoa, like roll to the side like that, and as that happens, there's like this like scorch that just like sears across the ground and burns it black.
Fuck. Okay.
All right, Buttercup, how's that strength save going?
1d20 plus 4. You can actually click the dice next to the save.
Keep in mind you can shift double click your character to pull up your journal entry. Okay, perfect.
No, I was just asking Eddie something about rolling. That was all.
Okay, gotcha. So Buttercup, as you roll to the side, as this beam sort of like shoots along the ground, the stone near it, the tile sort of like rips up off the ground and is sort of like hurled forward. As like the
Okay.
tile just like as this beam flies by.
All right.
All right, and we are now at the top of the round.
Okay.
Buttercup, since you critted, you can go first.
Well, thank you, sir.
What would you
So-
like to do?
What is the movement that I am allowed for?
I think you have a whopping 60-foot swim speed in this form.
Yes.
Okay, so let me see.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So as a rogue, you could move potentially 180 feet around.
Yeah. That's silly.
Yep, she's just gonna, swim off to the left side where that hallway is. And she's just gonna park it right there, like, holy shit.
Okay. All right, so you were gonna move that way. Go ahead. Anything else you want to do
Yep.
with your turn?
Can you fire at it?
She's gonna peek around the corner and see if she can aim at it and fire. But it would be at disadvantage, correct?
Yes, it would be a disadvantage, and since you're underwater, we'll say it's a disadvantage. You can't make the shot if it's further than your long range, and if you're within short range, it won't be a disadvantage.
Okay.
That way, like, you can still use it. You just have to get up close.
I'll take the disadvantage for now.
Okay.
So she can cast Hunter's Mark on it, though, correct?
If you move, is that as far as you're moving there, to that point, or are you trying to run all the way back here?
She
Because that
eventually. It's dependent on.
I remember you moved about 40 feet, so.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you want to move here instead? If you
Yeah.
you have 60-foot swim speed. So yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So you move. You are trying to aim. You're readying an action. Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. And you are within line of sight of it. Yes.
It seems like it. Let me double check.
Yeah.
You're fine. You're fine. Okay, Bruce, you're up next. What would you like to do?
So Bruce is.
You just rolled to the side as this like burned the ground behind you.
So this cat is 70 feet away. Is that right? So Bruce is going to move about here and take the dodge action. And then
Okay.
You gave up all your damage. You gave up all your damage by not attacking.
So I'm going to
That's
also.
okay. That's fine. That's his decision. So you're taking the dodge action?
Yeah, so I'm gonna take the dodge action. I'm also gonna cast. Fuck, I don't have healing word. That's fine. So I'm just gonna chill and take dodge, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay. All right, Cesarthic, you are up next. You just witnessed these two like flashes of light and their different effects behind you.
Oh yeah, I need to pull out my ruler. 1 sec.
If you peek around the corner, you can see this thing.
Let's see. Oh, hey, the thing's. Alright, so I'm actually gonna move a little bit right here,
Okay.
and I'm going to fire some spines at the dude. At the big thing.
Okay. Wow, both of those are gonna hit. Okay, so you do 16 damage. Very nice.
All right, and do I notice any kind of a particular effect on it? Does it flinch at all, or no?
No, it does not flinch.
Okay,
It clearly harms it, but
Yeah.
it does.
doesn't react. Okay, cool.
Anything else you want to do with your turn? It's 2 attacks.
I'm gonna use a spell. Do some more damage. Hit it with the Seeker Gnats.
Okay. 3, 4, 2. All right.
9 more damage.
9 more damage. Okay. That's it for your turn?
Yeah.
All right. This thing is going to move a little bit forward.
so big.
And it just like sort of motionlessly like moves forward. And then this like eye in the center of it. Let's see, does it have line of sight of all of you? I believe it does. Okay, cool. All right, so Cesarthic, you are going to notice the ground beside you
Yeah.
begin cackling with electricity.
Okay.
There you go. You don't know what that does yet, but there it is. Okay. And as this thing moves forward, this eye is going to pass over everybody, and 3 different beams are going to just out of it.
Okay.
All right, Buttercup, I need you to make me a dex save. Cesarthic, I need you to make me... Sorry, not that. I need you to make me a Constitution save.
Okay.
And Bruce, I need you to make me a Constitution save.
Okay. Fuck.
Second, I don't think Cesarthic has my saves.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Oh, okay.
Oh no!
God.
Yikes.
Nice.
As this beam hits you full force, you feel your muscles sort of like cramp up and clench, and you are paralyzed until the start of the next turn.
Fuck.
Well, the start of the next turn.
I know!
Which is actually quite fortunate for you.
I was like, am I missing something? Like, I'm fine, right?
Okay, Cesarthic. All right, cool. Cesarthic. Let me see what happens, actually.
I made my con save.
Or half as much. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Ow.
Could have been worse.
All right, you're only going to take half of that, you lucky duck.
Those are
so go
great
ahead and just
rolls.
sign yourself up for 7 damage.
7?
Nice.
Okay. Ran it up. Darn.
All right, Buttercup. Actually, no, I round down. Take 6. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Buttercup, what did you roll? A 20? Okay,
A 20.
you're fine. Let me see what you got. Damn, that thing's fucking long. 9. Oh my god. Okay, so Buttercup, the black ray is going to just scorch the ground beside you as well this time. Same as Bruce
Black
before.
ray?
Everyone re-roll initiative if you haven't done so already.
Disintegration beam?
Oh my god, you guys are so lucky. All right, Bruce. You're up first. You're able to move, fortunately.
So,
What would you like to do as this thing drifts ever closer?
so for my environmental action, Bruce is going to slip on his brass knuckles that he's just crafted overnight, or earlier the afternoon. He is going to jump through the air, do a little flip somersault thing, and then lunge towards the creature in front of him and try to punch him using flurry of blows.
Okay, go for it.
23 to hit.
Wow, that'll hit.
Nice.
7 damage.
Nice.
Okay. First bonus. 20.
Nice.
Nice.
It's another 6.
So does that... So it's a DC 14 strength save to see if he gets knocked back 15 feet.
Oh wow, okay. Make
But
a
he's
couple of
big,
those real
McLar's
quick.
huge.
Is he
pretty
too
big.
big for that, or
14.
It's not part of-
Oh wow, okay. No, it's large or smaller for that.
okay? And it's a large creature. Okay.
All I know is it's big, McLar's huge.
Yeah, I was like, that's
Okay,
pretty big.
yeah. So that's gonna knock it back how far?
15 feet?
15 feet. Are you trying to knock it into this thing? What
This-
direction?
This is a pillar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to punch him into this pillar, this one right here.
Okay.
Directly behind it. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So that will crash into that, dealing an additional 6 damage.
And then I get an opportunity attack off that, right?
That's correct.
Nice.
26.
Nice.
Ooh.
My God.
Second
All right,
bonus.
So Bruce, let's roll it again.
Okay.
Oh.
11 on the last bonus, but getting greedy. What can I say?
9. Okay. Are you just continuing to try and bash it into this wall here?
Yeah.
Okay. That second one does not hit, however. Let me see. Was that 11 your first hit?
That was the last hit, I think.
It was the last hit, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So with a 9, yes, it's going to take a little bit of additional damage, but your very last hit won't do it.
Nice.
Never mind. 86. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. All right, Bruce. So as you are pounding into this object, you're like crushing it against this pillar. This large blue eye is going to turn and look down at you. And with a legendary action, I'm going to need you to make me a wisdom save.
What? Oh no.
You should be okay at those.
I'm not great. 17.
That's not bad.
17. Okay. That's pretty good. You're okay.
Oh, thank God.
As this beam hits you full blast.
Fuck this. This thing's gonna kill us.
As a monk, either.
All right. Buttercup, you're up next.
Okay, give me just a second. I need to click on the circle doodad thing and measure stuff.
You are totally fine. Alright, here we go. This will be much faster.
He did say if you get within 30 feet, you won't have disadvantage.
I know. What I'm trying to figure out right now, is... Alright, Hunter, real quick.
Yeah.
Would I be able to have Buttercup sneak behind this pillar right here? And would it be able to allow her to be able to utilize her sneak attack and all of that stuff?
You can use sneak attack just because Bruce is beside it.
Holla, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to figure it out. So that way I can figure out she's gonna use her hand crossbow.
Okay.
Once she gets behind the pillar, she's just gonna like pop her head out and fire.
Okay. You're just gonna pop your head out and fire at disadvantage? Oh, you're moving up to the pillar?
Yeah, she's gonna move behind the pillar so that way the eye cannot see her.
Okay.
Because as soon as she's done firing, she's gonna hide behind it.
Okay. You have enough movement to fire and move safely back behind it. Go ahead and do so.
Okay, and can I utilize Hunter's Mark for that?
As a bonus action, you could, yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to double check. All right, so let me fire my. I don't have a. Or wait, is the offhand my hand crossbow?
No. It is your regular attack. Your offhand you can only use if you're dual wielding.
Okay. So I'll just use the longbow then. Would Gloomstalker count as well or no?
Is this the first round of combat? I think this is the second round.
It's
Right?
Okay,
Yeah, second round of combat.
I just want to double check.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I'm gonna do that and then Hunter's
hit.
Mark.
That crit? Because it hasn't acted yet because of Assassin.
Assassinate only works on. It's kind of redundant for her. Basically, the way Assassinate works is you get 2 benefits. You crit all surprised enemies, and you also get advantage on any enemies who haven't acted yet, which she gets anyways from Ranger. But this thing has already acted,
I say any hit the
and
assassin.
it is not
or
surprised.
Okay, it isn't surprised.
It is not surprised. I was looking at you guys as you all walked in.
She did. She popped. She was around the corner when she tried to sneak.
That's not
I'm trying to
how
help,
surprise
I'm trying
works.
to help.
Yeah. No, you're good. Okay. So, anything else you want to do with your turn, Buttercup?
Does she get backstab damage?
Yes, you get your sneak attack damage because Bruce is standing right next to it. God, fucking monster.
Okay, give me just a second.
I'm
You should
trying
have
to
a
get her as much
button
damage
for it, right?
I do. I just hit it.
Okay, perfect.
2d6 now. Yeah.
She's
additional
gonna
5
do all of
damage.
that, and then she's just gonna hide behind the pillar and not to where she can't be seen.
Okay. All right, Cesarthic, you're up next.
All right. I'm gonna move forward. Go ahead and spines and acid splash.
You're moving forward to right here.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna move back behind the pillar.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your stuff.
It's up there. Rolled 2 24s, and then I rolled an acid splash.
Wow. 11 plus a dex save.
Dex save is 15. Nice.
Wow. Okay. So it's all right there. All right. So that's what? 21 damage?
25. Because of the
25
spine
damage.
burst.
Spine burst. Oh, right. Gotcha. Wow. Whopping 25 damage. Okay. So it
Yeah.
takes that, and before you move back behind this pillar,
Okay.
it is going to take a legendary action and fire a beam at you.
Okay.
I need you to make me a Constitution save.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
Okay. You are going to take 26 necrotic damage
Fuck.
as this thing hits you full blast. Does not feel good.
All right. Ow.
All right. But you are able to move behind the pillar afterwards.
Okay.
All right. Next up is the vessel's turn. It is beside Bruce here. Bruce, you are... Let me see. It is going to move...
I don't like the sounds of that.
It is going to move... this way. Back. Prompting an attack of opportunity from... Oh, actually, did you already use it this turn? You did, so you don't get an attack of opportunity. Because you knocked it against the pillar already.
Is it per reaction or per turn?
It's per reaction.
Or per
attacks of opportunity.
is it per round or per turn?
Yeah, one
It's
reaction
per round.
per round, unless you have
Mhm.
certain feat, right?
Damn.
Mm. So, since you are the only one it can see, Bruce, it is going to fire a single beam. I need you to make a wisdom save.
Again. Okay. Fuck. Yikes.
All right. Bruce. Let me see. What was that, 7? You
Let me
fall
pair-
asleep
Uh-oh.
until the end of the next turn.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right.
So that's going to put you basically at 1 advantage, or 1 initiative. Okay. Buttercup and Zazarthe, go ahead and reroll initiative. Also, there's going to be a new circle of lightning. And it appears around you on the floor here. The vessel rolled a 19. Oof. Okay. The vessel is going to fire an additional beam at Bruce. Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
Okay. You are going to automatically fail your dexterity save
What?
and take 30 damage.
I'm down to 4 HP, guys.
Oh, holy shit.
And with that, it is going to move backwards. No, actually, it already moved this turn. No, it's the new turn. Okay, yes. It's going to move backwards and nestle into this hallway here. All right. Next up is Cesarthic.
All right. I don't seem to be affected while inside this circle of lightning.
You haven't tried to do anything yet,
Okay.
but you are within this circle of lightning, yes. The lightning does not harm you.
Okay.
It's kind of a visual effect
Um.
and a medicines.
Yeah.
Do you think that you might be able to help Bruce out a little bit?
I mean, I need to heal myself too. I'm about to die.
As you guys look at this thing, there's like this blood that just seeps out from different sides of it into the water around you. It appears to have taken a lot of damage from you so far, but it does not seem to mind.
I don't know if Buttercup has any more like healing potions. I think we've already gone through them.
I mean, I have something. I mean, I can heal myself, but
Well, I gave you some of that moss for you to make some of the healing potion from it. So I don't know if it's better than nothing.
yeah.
What would you like to do, Cesarthic?
I am going to use my one spell action to cure wounds myself.
As you attempt to use a spell,
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
you find that it has no effect,
Okay.
and your spell slot is burned.
Okay. Then I will use a potion.
That will work. And that's an environmental action for you as well. So go ahead and heal up that 11. So
I'm
you
trying.
still have your movement, you still have your action. Yeah, because Cure Wounds is a bonus action. So what would you like to do? You've got your movement and your action. Bruce is currently asleep on the floor over there. And he has just been blasted in the chest by another sharp blue beam. However, it did not target you nor Buttercup.
40. I don't have enough movement to get. I mean, I could use, I guess, but double move to get him there and get there and move him back. But
Buttercup, roll me an insight check.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay. Buttercup, you notice that when you approached, it did not fire at you because you poked your head out. But when Cesarthic approached, stood in plain view, it fired at him before he moved out of the way.
So she could swim over, grab Bruce, and then swim back to where she's at.
It's up to you guys. What would you like to do this turn, Cesarthic?
can
your turn.
instead of can I just fire my spines from behind the pillar to try and hit this thing?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
You say you're firing from behind the pillar?
Yeah, it's kind of instead of like actually stepping out to see it, I'm just like.
Okay. Yeah,
Is it-
go ahead.
Is
Go ahead
it
and roll it up.
kind of wrist mounted?
All right. So your first one does not hit. Your second one, however, does for 7 damage.
Okay.
All right. Is that your this turn?
Yeah, yeah. Oh God, this thing just wrecked us.
Where are you going?
I'm not moving.
Oh, you're not moving. Okay, Buttercup, you're up. What would you like to do, man?
Okay.
So Bruce is asleep on the floor. He's just been shot. Cesarthic fired from behind cover.
All right. Based on where Bruce is compared to Buttercup, would she be able to grab him and mostly make it to the pillar?
So you have 60 feet of motion. With
Yeah.
Bruce, it's cut in half. So that's your
Okay.
first 40. You'd be able to get another 10 this way to about here with
Okay.
him.
I
And
also
that would be your first chunk of motion.
I do go right after you, so I could move after you do stuff.
You don't wake up until the end of this round.
Yeah.
Oh,
But the round is
Oh,
almost
that's
over.
true. That's true.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Or no, the round ends after his turn. He's down for a
let me-
turn.
Let me see if I have any potions.
How
So
about
you could
pushing-
carry him there if you wanted. Let me see the rest of your movement. Actually,
She
Is
could
that a-
no,
dash.
actually, you can move him any direction you want. Where would you
In,
Where would you like to go?
You can dash as a bonus action.
instead of taking him backwards, how about pushing him forwards towards the pillar in front of him because it's a shorter distance?
Oh, that's true. But I was trying to see about getting close to the pillar where I was at, because I don't think Buttercup has any more potions left.
I mean, I get that, but like, if you're trying to get into cover and make sure you guys are still safe, then the best thing to do would just be to continue on to the next pillar, so that you're out of line of sight and you don't take a hit.
Keep in mind, you're gonna have to run into plain view to do that. But you'd be able to push him behind that pillar with a single movement,
And still make an attack.
Okay,
or take
so
the dodge action.
That's true.
which is might be what she does because right now she's the only one.
That would
not
still leave
damaged
you
yet.
with a bonus action.
Okay, cool. So that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna push Bruce. She's gonna swim out as fast as she can, trying to be as sneaky
Okay.
as she can, to get Bruce behind that pillar, so he's not seen
Okay.
anymore. And she's also gonna try to like fit behind it as best as she can, and then we'll
Okay.
turn and fire at him, at the doodaddy.
I don't
Okay. All right.
I don't know if I can or not.
If you take
Okay.
the dodge action, then no.
If I take the what?
If you take the
You
dodge,
take the
action,
dodge action. No.
you
Okay.
can't fire because that's what he was saying, and you were agreeing with that.
Do you want to fire and try and do damage, or do you want to take the dodge action, which
I'll
will
take
give
the
you
dodge
advantage
action.
on next checks? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So you are going to make a mad dash out here, and then together with Bruce, continue moving behind line of sight.
Yes.
And as you are pushing Bruce behind this pillar, it is going to fire a single beam at you using a legendary action. Ooh, a 6. What is this one?
You can move yourself farther behind the thing.
Can you make a strength save?
I could try. Keep your fingers crossed for me.
Okay, Buttercup. You push Bruce successfully behind. However, as the tiles come ripping up off the floor, you are going to be thrown 30 feet backwards away from the beholder, which puts you here.
Okay.
All right. Bruce is asleep, but he wakes up. Go ahead and roll initiative, Bruce. Everyone roll initiative if you haven't done so already. Oh, you guys. lucky with these initiative rolls. Okay. Buttercup, you're up first. What would you like to do?
First off, did I take any damage from being pushed back?
You did not take any damage. You were just hurled backwards.
Okay. So first things first is she's gonna move behind and out of sight with where Cesarthic is.
Okay. You take cover back here.
Yes.
You're going to note, you and Cesarthic both note that Bruce is now awake.
Good.
Okay.
And
What
he
else
can
would you
do
like to do?
He can do cure wounds on himself, right?
I think he has the ability to do that.
I think.
I
oh,
can.
but the field negates that. Never mind.
Well, he's outside of it. Mostly.
He's outside of it.
That's true.
Narrowly
Are-
outside of it.
So she gets behind the pillar, and then once again she's gonna turn to see where it is, and do the succession of firing that she did before.
Okay. This time it's going to be a disadvantage. Actually, I don't even know if you can hit that with a hand crossbow. What's the
Yeah,
max range on a hand crossbow? 120?
120.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll at disadvantage.
Okay. All right, so
I
I
think if you
do.
just roll it, it'll do 2 rolls and show them both.
Huh?
If you just roll it on your character sheet, I think it'll show both of them. Like it'll do 2 rolls. There's automatically, I believe, 2 rolls on your character.
Where on my character sheet would it be?
It's a d6 damage. Just hit your longbow twice.
Yeah.
And then we can just roll a d6 twice. Wow. Yeah, roll a d6 twice for me. The second one will hit. Actually, just roll 1d6, I guess. Actually, wait. This is... Oh, it's... Okay. It's at disadvantage. No. Yes, it's at disadvantage, though. Okay. So this, unfortunately, will not hit.
Okay, so I can't do Hunter's Mark on it?
You do have Hunter's Mark on it already,
But it doesn't do any damage.
but it
Okay.
doesn't hit. Mm-hmm.
Just making sure.
Your crossbolt just sort of like off to the side.
That just
Okay.
means she'll collect the
Anything
money.
else with your turn?
She's gonna stay as hidden as possible.
Okay. This thing continues to hover in space, bleeding into the water. So Zarthik, you're up next.
Spines from cover.
Spines from cover.
I'm gonna use an
They will
inspiration.
not find their target.
Aw.
Oh,
Nine,
God.
neither finds their target. Anything
Ooh.
else with your? You want to use your
Uh,
movement?
No, but I'm gonna use that.
The Seeker Gnats, as you fire them, because this is essentially a magic
Oh, yeah.
missile spell, right?
Yeah.
Each of them, as you fire, just sort of like shoots off in various directions, and you're going to burn that spell slot as well.
Okay. I forgot
Okay.
about that, Yeah.
Anything else with your turn?
No.
All right, Bruce.
Bruce
What would you like to
Fantana. Okay, so
You don't feel good, Bruce, but you find yourself behind this pillar.
would you say that an improvised weapon counts as a monk weapon?
Yes, we gave you improvised weapons.
Right. Would you say that a monk weapon counts as a melee attack?
If it's within melee range.
Flurry of blows count with a improvised weapon counts as a monk attack.
So if I were to use an improvised weapon, could I use stunning strike?
What's the wording on Stunning Strike?
Specifies melee.
It does specify melee.
It does.
With a melee weapon attack, you can spend a key point. Yeah, for every melee attack, you can burn a key point.
Okay.
What's your save DC?
14.
14, so it'd be making a con save against 14.
Yeah. So let's say hypothetically
That's a risky maneuver.
it is.
So if I were to take like a gold piece and throw it, that would probably count as an improvised weapon, thus a monk attack, but wouldn't count as a
It would
melee
be a
attack.
ranged attack.
You're actually melee, yeah.
Okay.
That's a mad bull rush. Are
You
you
still need
sure?
to heal yourself too.
Yeah, we're doing it. So instead of throwing gold, Bruce is going to run over with 4 hit points. First, he looks over at his 2 friends within this circle, and he gives them a thumbs up. And he says, Ilmater, look after me. And he just swims over there as quickly as possible and gives 1 punch for 14.
Okay.
Does 14 hit?
14 does not hit.
Okay, we're using Flurry of Blows, so first bonus. 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
I expend 1 key point, and with that attack, I Stunning Strike.
Okay.
Wow.
It resists.
Okay. Does it also have to roll the strength save? See if it goes back.
You're trying to move it back?
Yeah.
I think it still does, yeah.
Okay.
Unless your wording indicates otherwise, but I don't think Stunning Strike costs anything other than a key point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. Wow. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you're moving it where? Down this hallway? Behind it?
I want to punch it into this wall.
Okay.
I want to punch it into like whatever wall it's closest to.
Okay. So sort of move it back just a little bit to about there, but you'll deal an additional d6 damage.
Yeah.
It prompts an attack of opportunity should you
does.
decide to do so.
21.
6 damage.
Stunning Strike.
Wow. For an additional 8 damage. This thing is beginning to look very seriously wounded, although it does not seem to mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
go. Let's go.
Let me look at the stunned condition. Let me see what I'm working with here.
Okay.
God.
Oh,
Right before I die, let me have this moment of glory.
Condition. Incapacitated and cannot move. Automatically fails strength and dex saves. Attacks have advantage.
Let's go.
All right.
go.
It can still fuck me up though.
Incapacitated. It's something that is,
So I get 1 more attack.
can't take actions or reactions. So
This time your attack has advantage.
Oh, okay. 11
Yes.
damage.
Let's go.
All right. The water is beginning to fill with blood.
yeah. So
Are you trying to move it again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Into the wall?
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah, into the wall for
All
sure.
right, once again, this is going to move it slightly back further into this hall and deal a 1d6 damage for an additional 2.
dude? Did
You are
see-
on the verge of death, and because of that one save, you are not getting crispy fried right now.
Excellent. Excellent. No
All right.
actions.
Hey,
Dude, you fucking deserve one of these for that shit, dude. Look at Bruce Fantana
Yeah.
moment right there.
yeah. I could have ran. I could have tried to heal myself for like, what?
Go ahead and
1
take an
minute.
inspiration for that.
Thank you, sir.
All right, the vessel. Does it say it cannot act?
No actions or reactions.
Cannot move. Incapacitated.
Incapacitated.
Cannot take actions or reactions. Wow. Okay. So it's going to pass its turn. Everyone reroll if you haven't done so already.
Oh, fuck this thing. Fuck this
Yeah,
thing.
right.
He's done. He's done.
All right, Bruce, you're up first. All attacks have advantage. Wait, how long does your stunning strike last?
That's a good question, actually. I think it's like a minute, but I could be wrong.
Let
Until
me
the
look.
end of your next turn.
Oh, yeah.
Holy fucking shit!
Yeah.
Stun it
What
again. Stun it
the
again. Stun it
Okay,
again.
you get advantage on all of your attacks this round.
All right. Flurry of blows, of course. That's not going to do it.
Roll advantage. Roll
It's
again.
advantage.
Oh, yeah. That's not gonna do it.
That's not
So
gonna
that's
do
still
it.
the first
Okay.
attack.
First bonus. 20 to hit.
Okay, so that'll hit for 7 damage.
I expend 1 key point. And stunning strike.
And it auto fails.
Auto fails. Okay. It is incapacitated until the end of your next turn, Bruce.
Tight. I guess I punch it again.
All right.
Cool. 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Jesus.
It is on the very
Hey.
verge of death.
Oh my god.
Do I push it back
His
15
eye
feet?
is sort of like quivering around.
Do I
Yeah,
put?
you're pushing it against this wall?
I want to push it. Yeah, like I'm gonna push him 10 feet away from me.
Okay, Bruce. Tell me how you kill this thing.
Yes.
So Bruce Fantana has taken these crazy attacks. He's seen his friends try to heal themselves, and he is genuinely scared. He's at the brink of death himself. He prayed to Ilmater, and he felt the presence of a god deep within him. And he knew that there was only one thing to do, not run and cower, not heal. Healing's for pussies. He ran to that motherfucker and stunned it and beat it with fists. And that's all he needs. He feels like Bruce Fantana once again.
Oh,
And
that was so sick.
Fucking Bruce.
It's awesome, dude.
it was very scary.
Beautiful.
Very scary stuff.
As you kill this, it too is going to implode and shrink into a tiny space, leaving another small miasma on the ground. This one's bright blue as well.
I want to gather that one as well.
Wow, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, that was sick. Oh my god.
Yeah, Buttercup swims up to him and like lightly pats him on his shoulder because she knows he's hurt. But
Thanks.
like, good job.
No, I was just looking at my sheet and I was like, am I missing something? It's always that one thing you're missing, and I was like, oh fuck, I have stunning strike. Let's do it. Let's see what happens.
All or nothing charge, dude.
Yeah.
I was gonna blast you with a legendary action once you were done with that turn too.
Oh, that was so good.
Okay,
But here we are.
Victor, you pick
Yeah.
up this small flame, or I suppose Zarthic does.
Yeah.
Once again, it is cool to the touch.
So with the would I be able to combine it with the other one?
It does not combine with the other one.
Okay, they're like stay separate. That's crazy. Okay, cool.
At this time, you do not know what it is.
Okay. Can we look around for anything else? That was so sick.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So you look around. Everyone, roll me loot.
D1
As you look
D100?
around, you do find more of these runes everywhere. Yeah, D100s. 15, 38. Pull up my loot table.
Oh, that was so sick. Good job, man.
That was crazy.
I'm gonna get some
Good
heals on
fucking
that.
job. Wow.
Hey Matt, I'm gonna give you a heal.
Oh, thanks. I'm gonna heal myself
16.
also.
It works
16.
now.
Nice. That's an extra 20.
Okay, sorry. I'm pulling up my loot tables here.
You're good.
Does anyone know the difference between the magic item tables just off the top of their head?
I don't.
Nope.
In what way? What do you mean difference?
Like, I can never tell which ones are like really good and which ones are not.
I mean, it
Like, just off, I don't know off the top of my head. Okay, I think they're.
just depends on where your what
Oh, I see. Okay,
level
I
you
see.
want to give and everything.
Okay,
really.
here we fucking go. Let's fucking go. All right. First up is Eddie for a 15.
Yeah.
Okay. Victor, you find a +1 weapon.
Okay.
Here's what this is. You are able to extract from your surroundings a glimpse. No, not a glimpse. I'm sorry. Like, you're able to draw from the surroundings, like, the essence of some of these things, and it's going to allow you to, like, the essence of this blood, like here in these runes, just draw on some of this magic. It's going to amp up your stuff by +1.
Okay.
Like
Cool.
your cantrips.
Nice. Very nice.
Cantrips do +1.
That's awesome.
38. Bruce. Oh my fucking god.
Can I get an eagle?
Bruce. You roll
Eagle.
Gauntlets
There
of
we go.
Ogre Power.
Whoa!
Oh god.
Holy
While
shit!
wearing these, your strength score is 19.
Yeah.
Dope.
Awesome.
That's the Bruce Fantana we all deserve.
Wow, that was just fucking meant to be. Okay, and
Jeez.
Buttercup. 11.
Yep.
Okay. You are going to get. Buttercup, you are going to get a ring of mind shielding.
Holla.
Wow. That will probably be really useful.
Absolutely.
This will allow you to hide from things that can read thoughts. Buttercup.
Like Urgeist.
That'd
Like
be
the Pale
Pale
Invaders.
Invaders, yeah. We have 6 heroes right now. That's awesome.
Holy shit, you guys.
That
Good
was
job.
Amazing.
Good job killing a beholder.
Thank you.
That
yeah,
was
right?
very close.
That was. Holy
Very
crap.
fucking close. Wow. Fucking Bruce Fantana, the fucking man.
Right?
Good job, dude.
God.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for sticking around as long as y'all have.
Yeah, thank you, Digital X.
We appreciate all of you.
Hope you're enjoying
And yeah,
popcorn.
thanks for those gifted subs, man. That was badass.
Oh, actually, it was Eddie. It was actually
It was
Eddie.
me. It was me.
I went
Oh,
back and
was
looked.
Eddie?
I
Never
gifted a
mind.
sub. I gifted
Yeah.
half a digital.
I meant to bring that up.
Still appreciate it. Still
Yeah,
appreciate it.
thanks for doing that. Yeah,
Alright.
Eddie unlocked some wonderful emotes, such as
Yeah.
the Filted and the Jam logo. So, good stuff.
That's how I was feeling for a second. I was definitely feeling, I'm gonna post that one, the very filtered.
The Filted during the Beholder fight.
Yeah, with those beams.
Yeah.
God,
So
dude.
it was a ring of what?
So good.
A ring of mind shielding.
I love the filtered meme. The filtered. It's so good.
It's so good.
If you type it into the Roll20 compendium that you have in the side, you'll actually be able to look it up.
The Filted.
Can we do that?
Get
The Filted
filtered
emote. That was his icon in the 24-hour stream, right?
Yeah.
Did you use that?
Holy shit.
That was so good.
Wow. Turns out also, if you die, you can remain in the ring if you so choose, and continue to communicate with any creature wearing the ring,
That's nutty.
Yes.
unless you choose to depart for the afterlife.
I mean, it's a plan B, but it's a fun plan B.
That is.
Dude, that
Like,
is
definitely
awesome.
Definitely just don't die. But if you do,
Yeah.
like, you can be a
I
great
don't die, but if
accessory.
I do, I
You
will
do.
literally be the nagging voice in the back of y'all's head. Like, that is amazing. Okay.
God.
You are our
Wow.
conscience.
That's
So
funny.
there are runes here.
Yeah.
We can run through all that at the start of next session. Very well done, everybody. Wow.
What a
That
freaking
one
session.
save, dude. That one save, Bruce, but you fucking went all in for it, dude.
That was sick.
I knew if I didn't get it, I was fucked. Like, there was no way. I was like, I could just hang out back here and we could just range it.
Damn, I didn't know Stunning Strike could chain incapacitate like that. That is fucking terrifying.
Yeah, I have
God.
2 monks in Strahd. They break everything. They break
Holy fuck.
everything. Every goddamn session. It's like, oh, there's a dragon, punch, dead. And I'm like, great.
Wow.
I guess I'll make him a
Just push
vampire.
everything.
Nope, punch, dead. And I'm like, all right, cool. Fuck.
Now they have holy punches. Damn it.
Yeah, if you want to check out more of that monk breaking action,
Hell yeah.
every Tuesday.
6:30 on Tuesdays.
6:30 Tuesday.
Oh,
Wow, wonderful session, guys.
Good sesh. That was
Badass
cool.
job, everyone.
job.
Yeah, that was great. Good work, guys.
Oh, by
That
the
was
way,
so much fun.
these runes here are all merfolk. And you guys are definitely in a merfolk influenced temple.
Oh, cool. That's my favorite kind of
Hey,
temple.
Bruce, you should
your
probably
favorite guy?
say, comprehend languages that so Victor can write it in his little notebook.
I mean, honestly, Buttercup, I was thinking this might be a really romantic getaway for me and a certain lady.
The light off of the pool of blood would be amazing.
Hey,
Yeah.
all the red shimmers everywhere. And the smell of copper in the air.
she's really into liquids, okay?
Okay then.
I think she'll
I'm not
understand.
gonna question that because of this.
She's a mermaid. Makes sense. She'd dry up like a dry sponge otherwise.
Let's not talk about it.
Good sesh, guys. I'm gonna mark my gauntlets. I can just wear them indefinitely, right? That's not gonna mess up my unarmored stuff, right?
What was your current strength score?
Oh, nothing. Like 13.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
Wow.
a 13.
No, it's
Yeah,
like
so you get a +4 to all your strength
Yeah.
shit now.
Yeah, instead of that plus
Damn.
1.
Nice.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We definitely appreciate it. I love you all so much. And if you're not already following us digital, you're sub to us. Follow us. We'd love it. Have a great night. Thanks for playing, guys. Thanks, Eddie, Savannah, and Hunter. And we'll see you soon.
Thanks,
See you
guys.
soon.
Have a great night. All right.